She kissed you on the forehead last night. The way you kiss your kid before he falls asleep. You felt it land. You knew exactly what it meant. You pretended you didn't. She did it because somewhere in the last 3 or 7 or 12 years, you stopped being the man she fell in love with and started being someone she takes care of. She is no longer in bed with her husband. She is in bed with her oldest son. Her body knows. Her body has been telling you for months. The way she turns from you in the kitchen, the way her hand pats your shoulder instead of finding it, the way she kisses you like you are her child. Tonight, we name the mother inside your marriage and what you have to do to leave her there. The lie a man tells himself about his marriage is the most carefully maintained lie of his 30s and 40s. It goes like this. We're in a dry spell. Every marriage has them. We have kids. We're tired. The mortgage. The job. The schedule. We just need a vacation. We need a date night. We need to talk more. We need to talk less. We need couples therapy. We need to stop expecting so much. The lie is convincing because each piece is half true. Marriages do go through phases. Children do exhaust intimacy. Schedules do compress everything. But notice what the lie never names. It never names the role you have been playing in your own house for years. You ask her permission to buy a tool. You wait for her to decide what's for dinner. You ask if it's okay to make plans with your friend on Saturday. You complete the list she wrote on the fridge before she gets irritated again. You apologize for things you didn't do because it's easier than her being upset. You defer the decision because you don't want to be the one she's mad at if it's the wrong one. You are not in a dry spell. You're not too busy. You're not tired. You have been her son for 3 years. The body of the woman across the table from you has been telling the truth about that. You just haven't been ready to hear it. Here is the truth. Your wife did not stop wanting you. Her body did exactly what bodies do. It stopped wanting a son. The mother archetype kills sexual desire. Always has, always will. It is not personal. It is what bodies do. The body does not desire what it has to take care of. The body is drawn to what has its own gravity, to what stands across from her, to what she cannot manage. When you ask her permission, you are not being respectful. You are asking her to be the parent in the marriage. When you defer the decision, you are not being collaborative. You are inviting her to take the wheel. And when you avoid her irritation by complying preemptively, that isn't peacekeeping. That's training her to manage you. She did not want to manage you. She wanted to be married to you. Every act of deference in your marriage has been a small invitation to her to mother you. She accepted the invitation because she had to. Somebody had to make the decisions. Somebody had to remember the dentist appointments. Someone had to know where the passports were when you needed them. She did not become your mother because she wanted to. She became your mother because you asked her to. Quietly, daily, for years. And now her body is telling the truth about it. Carl Jung described what he called the mother complex, the cluster of unconscious associations and impulses every man carries from his earliest experience of being mothered. The mother imago, assembled in childhood from his actual mother, the cultural mother image, and the archetype itself, does not stay confined to childhood. It gets projected onto every important woman in his adult life, especially his wife. A man with an integrated mother complex meets his wife as another adult. A man with an unintegrated one meets her as a son meeting his mother. He does not know he is doing this. The behaviors are too small to notice. He asks her opinion on a small purchase. He defers a small decision. He waits for her to plan the weekend. The mother projection happens in the spaces between these small acts. It is not a single moment. It is a slow accumulation. The Jungian analyst Robert Johnson, in his book, Understanding Masculine Psychology, mapped this onto the Parsifal myth. Parsifal grows up in the woods with his mother, heart sorrow. She has lost her husband and her older sons to the warrior's path. She keeps Parsifal in a dress and tells him nothing of the world. One day, Parsifal sees 3 knights and his life cracks open. He must leave heart sorrow. Johnson wrote that every man must make this departure. A man cannot become a husband until he has left his mother, and he cannot leave his mother until he has met the Fisher King, the wounded inner masculine, and asked the right question. Marie-Louise von Franz, who studied this pattern for 40 years, named the man who never makes the departure the puer aeternus, the eternal boy. He marries a woman who will keep him in heart sorrow's house indefinitely. He does not know he chose her for this. He chose her because she felt safe. Safe was the word his unconscious used for. She will keep me a son. The relational therapist Esther Perel, who has watched thousands of these marriages from the inside, named what every honest marriage therapist sees. Desire requires distance. Mystery, too. Sovereignty above all. The husband who has none of these has the conditions of motherhood, not loverhood. The body of his wife knows this before her mind does. Robert Bly wrote in Iron John that every boy must steal the golden key from under his mother's pillow to begin his initiation. Steal, not ask. The mother does not give the key freely. She loves the boy. She does not want him to leave. The key is taken in the dark, while she is sleeping, by a son who has decided he is no longer asking permission. Most men never take the key. They marry a woman, hand her the key on the wedding night, and ask her permission to live their own lives for the next 30 years. 3 acts. Run them this week. The first act is to stop asking permission. For 1 week, catch every moment you defer to her on something that is yours to decide. Every, "Is this okay?" Every, "Do you mind?" Every, "What do you think?" about your own life, your own friends, your own time, your own choice. Do not fight her about any of it. Do not announce a new policy. Just see the deference. Notice how often it is there. Most men are stunned by the count. The second act is to reclaim one domain. Pick one sphere of your shared life, the money, the calendar, a project, a recurring decision that has always required a meeting between you. Take a clean position in it, not autocratically, sovereignly. One area where you decide cleanly without consultation. Hold the position through the discomfort that follows. Within 7 days, the air between you will start to shift. You will feel it before she names it. The third act is to build a territory she does not control. A mission, a craft, a discipline outside the marriage that she does not direct. Not your job, she knows that. Something that is yours alone. Something you do that she has to discover the way she discovered you the first time. The mystery returns when there is something in you she cannot manage. The desire returns when the mystery returns. This is the Parsifal departure modernized. Leaving heart sorrow's house, taking up the Grail quest, returning to your own house eventually as a husband instead of a son. The man who has stepped out of the son's seat is not loud about it. He's quietly different. He stops asking permission for things that were always his to decide. He takes a clean position in one domain of the marriage and holds it through her testing of it. He has a mission outside the bedroom that she does not have access to. And slowly, sometimes within weeks, sometimes within months, she begins to look at him differently. The desire she stopped having for the man he was becomes desire for the man he is becoming. Not because he performed for her, because he stopped performing for her. Her body is honest. It always was. It told the truth about what he was becoming. It will tell the truth about what he is now. Stop asking permission to live in your own house. The throne in the center of your marriage is not waiting for you to deserve it. It is waiting for you to sit in it instead of in front of it. If you are ready to do the real work, subscribe. If you have not watched The Tyrant or The Weakling yet, watch that next. The 2 ways most husbands fail at being king are the 2 ways most sons fail their mothers. That video is the king work itself. This one is the king work in marriage. I'll see you in the next one.